Hi, I'm intern Pastor Michael Poschel, and today I would like to share with you one of my favorite characters from the Bible. And the piece I'll be sharing is Jesus and Zacchaeus, and I'd like to read from you from Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. He entered Jericho and was passing through it. A man was there named Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was rich. He was trying to see who Jesus was, but on account of the crowd, he could not, because he was short in stature. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore tree to see him, because he was going to pass that way. When Jesus came to the place, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for I must stay at your house today." So he hurried down and was happy to welcome him. All who saw it began to grumble and said, "He is gone to be the guest of one who is a sinner." Zacchaeus stood there and said to the Lord, "Look, half of my possessions, Lord, I will give to the poor. And if I have defrauded anyone of anything, I will pay back 4 times as much." Then Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because he too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek out and to save the lost." So one of the reasons I find this to be quite appealing to me is just the fact of when we look at regular people, we often wonder what their connection to God and to Jesus is. But in this case, we have a tax collector. And at this time and in this period in Jericho, tax collectors were not really thought of very kindly. In fact, most people, any more than we treat our tax people, kind of a little bit of suspicion or contempt. And in this case, what I find to be so compelling is how excited Zacchaeus is that Jesus is coming to town. And we don't really know what motivates him, if it's just because he wants to see Jesus and be part of that big crowd. But we do know that he makes an incredible effort, almost to embarrass himself, to climb up a tree, because we're told that he's short, he can't see over the crowd, but still this desire to see Jesus is so great that he's going to climb a tree at really the expense of looking foolish. But the important thing is Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. And then what is even more amazing to me is the fact of we have this figure, Zacchaeus, who many people were grumbling, upset later that we find out. But Jesus stops, looks up to him, recognizes him directly, and tells him to come down, that he must stay in his house. So it's that special connection that sometimes we fail to notice, that Jesus is here for all of us, even those that we might think don't qualify or are somehow not the same in our eyes. But with Jesus, we're all the same. And that's part of the reason this story echoes and hits my heart right where it warms it. And the response of Jesus of, "Come down, I'm going to stay at your house." And almost immediately, Zacchaeus then offers up sort of what we would consider paying back, almost what would be considered, or people might think that Zacchaeus was defrauding him, but finding out that he's going to pay back much more than what would be expected anyway. And even from the indications of some of the language studies, that he probably was doing this all along. So when we think we know something about someone, it's Jesus that truly knows our hearts and how we're going to get there. And then also Jesus putting Zacchaeus in line with Abraham. And then also the very last that I will share again, "For the Son of Man came to seek out and to save the lost." And that, I think, includes all of us at times when we're not feeling quite part of what's happening, or we're a little lost and missing that message. And that's why Zacchaeus speaks to me even today as we look at all different types of people, that we all are included and that we all count, and Jesus is there for us. So I encourage you to reread this verse. Perhaps look at other favorites you have in the Bible. Certainly Zacchaeus is one of mine, of many, and I chose this one because I think it really helps and talks to us today how important Jesus is as our foundation. Thank you.